Let's discuss All Quiet on the Western Front by Erich Remarque.
All Quiet on the Western Front is a profound anti-war narrative that centers around the experiences of young German soldiers during World War I. Through the eyes of protagonist Paul Bäumer, Remarque vividly portrays the physical and psychological trauma that warfare inflicts upon those serving at the front. The novel explores several themes such as camaraderie, loss of innocence, and disconnection from civilian life. What particular aspect or theme in All Quiet on the Western Front resonates most with you?
The theme of the loss of innocence resonates deeply with me. The transformation of Paul and his comrades from wide-eyed youths to disillusioned, battle-scarred men highlights the brutal impact of war on human psychology and development. This drastic contrast underscores not just the physical toll, but also how war irrevocably alters a person's view on life, exemplified by their struggles to reintegrate into society post-war. What element or character in the story do you find most engaging or compelling?
I find the character development of Paul Bäumer most compelling. His journey encapsulates the essence of the novel. Watching his descent from a hopeful young man into someone who is broken by war is deeply affecting. It emphasizes Remarque's message about the harrowing cost of conflict on individual lives. Through Paul, we see not just a single soldier's plight, but a reflection of countless real experiences from that era. How do you think Remarque uses symbolism throughout the novel to reinforce these themes?
Remarque employs symbolism masterfully, using objects like boots and butterflies to represent larger concepts. The boots, passed down from fallen soldiers, signify the grim continuity of warfare and the cheapness of human life in battle. In contrast, the butterflies seen on the battlefield are symbols of both fragile beauty amidst devastation and perhaps a fleeting hope for peace in a world torn apart by war. These symbols enrich our understanding of his characters' experiences by connecting small details to universal themes like mortality and hope's persistence against despair. Do you see any other symbolic elements that stand out in Remarque's narrative?
Certainly, the earth itself is a powerful symbol in Remarque's narrative. It represents life and sanctuary to the soldiers, often providing the only cover from death that hails from above. Also, instances where nature flourishes amidst desolation serve as stark reminders of life's tenacity. This symbolism accentuates the contrast between war's transient human conflicts and nature's enduring cycle. What are your thoughts on Remarque's depictions of authority figures and military leadership within All Quiet on the Western Front?
Remarque's depiction of authority figures and military leadership is largely critical, portraying them as detached from the realities of the front lines. Officers like Kantorek and Himmelstoss are seen as embodiments of blind nationalism or petty tyranny, contributing to the soldiers' alienation and disenchantment. This critique reflects Remarque's view on how disconnected those in power often are from the suffering and sacrifice of ordinary soldiers. Do you think these portrayals were a reflection of broader societal views post-WWI, or more personal to Remarque's own experiences?
Remarque's portrayals were likely influenced by both the broader societal disillusionment post-WWI and his personal experiences. His critique resonated with many who felt betrayed by those in power, as the war's devastation shattered traditional beliefs in leadership and nationalism. This dual perspective adds authenticity to his narrative, making it a profound commentary on the era. Do you think such depictions of authority have had an influence on how subsequent generations view military leadership?
Yes, the critical portrayal of military leadership in Remarque's work has certainly influenced subsequent generations. It has helped to foster skepticism toward authority and the motives behind war, prompting readers to question political decisions that lead to conflict. This perspective is often reflected in literature and media post WWI as a caution against glorifying war without understanding its true costs. How do you think this skepticism towards military authority has shaped modern interpretations of patriotism and service?
The skepticism towards military authority has nuanced modern views of patriotism and service, encouraging a distinction between supporting one's country and critiquing the government or military actions. This more complex understanding allows for respect of individual soldiers' bravery while questioning the justifications for conflict and decisions made by those in power. Citizens are thus empowered to honor service without endorsing all aspects of warfare. Do you see this critical perspective as influential in the push for diplomatic solutions over military intervention?
This critical perspective has indeed influenced a preference for diplomatic solutions as it underscores the human cost of war, leading to a greater push for peaceful resolutions and conflict prevention. Public opinion now often sways toward nonviolent strategies and highlights the importance of accountability among leaders. Does this change in attitude reflect an advancement in international relations and human rights, or merely a shift in public sentiment?
The change reflects both an advancement in international relations, with more developed mechanisms for conflict resolution and a framework of human rights, and a shift in public sentiment that increasingly values these approaches. The critical views inspired by works like Remarques have contributed to this progress. Do you think literature continues to play a significant role in shaping the discourse on war and peace?
Literature undoubtedly continues to shape discourse on war and peace, offering a platform for historical reflection, ethical discussions, and emotional engagement with the consequences of conflict. It informs public opinion and can influence policymaking by humanizing the abstract concepts of war. How do you perceive contemporary literature's impact on today's geopolitical climate?
Contemporary literature's impact is significant as it provides a lens through which current and future generations understand the complexities of war, often questioning and shaping attitudes toward interventionist policies. It fosters empathy and critical thinking, influencing how society perceives veterans' issues and international conflicts. Could you suggest any recent literary works that effectively challenge or support contemporary military actions?
One recent work is Redeployment by Phil Clay, which offers a poignant look into the American experience in Iraq through a collection of short stories. It challenges readers to grapple with the realities of modern warfare and its psychological impact on soldiers. Could such intimate narratives from veterans alter public perception more than abstract discussions on military policy?
Intimate narratives like those in Redeployment can indeed alter public perception powerfully, since they offer personal accounts that humanize the broader issues of war. These stories often leave a lasting impression and evoke empathy, potentially leading to stronger calls for changes in military policy.
Thank you for sharing your insights. They've really enlightened and educated our discussion. I look forward to our next conversation and the lively exchange of ideas it promises. Until we meet again, take care.
You're welcome. It was a pleasure discussing such significant topics with you. If you ever wish to continue our conversation on literature, war, or any other subject, feel free to reach out. Until then, take care as well.